Welcome to Downtown Sports. My name is Downtown Stephen Brown, and in today's video, guys, it would be really cool if we can hit 3,000 subscribers before Christmas. If you guys wanted to get me anything for Christmas this year, that would be it. So if you watched a couple of these videos and you're not already subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so. I know the uploads on this channel have been a little bit sparse lately than what you're probably used to, but I have come up with some series ideas that I could do on a weekly basis, and hopefully you guys will enjoy those just as much as I think I'm going to enjoy making them. But if you guys had a series or an idea or a topic that you guys think that I should be doing here on the channel or you would like to see me do, leave it down in the comment sections and we'll see if I can make that possible. I understand that the title and the thumbnail and the idea of the Maple Leafs winning a Stanley Cup is a little bit of a long shot. It's a bit far-fetched, especially after we've seen them do what they've done over the last 2 years. But sometimes here on the channel, I think I get misunderstood because the stances that I take aren't necessarily my opinions. I feel it's important to be objective, to look at the numbers, but also to represent both sides of the story here. You have subsections of Leaf fans that feel one way, and you have other subsections that feel a completely different way. And I feel that my job here on the channel is to argue passionately for both sides, and you can walk away with your own opinion in the end. And I'm drawing this out and making it a little bit more long-winded because hopefully you guys can appreciate when I say it, but this is how I feel. This is my opinion. And I'm going to try to argue it as passionately as I possibly can because I want you guys to walk away feeling the same level of confidence and optimism that I have with the team and one player in specific. What makes me feel so strongly that the Maple Leafs are 100% undoubtedly going to win a Stanley Cup in the next 3 to 5 years is Austin Matthews. And that's not necessarily a bold thing to say. That's not the main point that I would like to make here in this video. Of course, if the Maple Leafs were going to win a Stanley Cup, their best player was going to have to be their best player. There was a specific play in a very specific game involving Austin Matthews that made me change the way that I see him. And I was having a conversation with one of my friends, Justin, talking about hockey and talking about the Oilers because he's an Oilers fan. We were talking about the Leafs as well, and we were talking about the series against Columbus. There was a game in that series that made me change the way that I view Austin Matthews. Even if you don't like Austin Matthews, you can admit that he is one of the best goal scorers in the NHL, and he is one of the more exciting players to watch. Wherever you want to rank him among the forwards in the NHL, whether that's top 5 or top 10 or top 15, I don't care. That's not my point. But I want to take you guys back to Game 4 of the play-in round against the Columbus Blue Jackets. This is the game that changed the way that I saw Austin Matthews, in that the Maple Leafs scored with just under 4 minutes remaining to make this a 3-1 game. This was an elimination game, by the way, and then they scored again with just over 3 minutes remaining, and then Zach Hyman tied the game with 27 seconds left. It was a gutsy performance, a kind of performance that we were waiting to see from this team for years now, to not just roll over and die and actually have some fight when it mattered the most. I remember sitting there on the couch at my friend Justin's place, funny enough, and just thinking to myself, oh my god, this is what it feels like to be on the other side of one of these things. And the reason why I'm saying that the Maple Leafs will win a Stanley Cup in the next 3 to 5 seasons because of Austin Matthews, it's not because he scored the overtime winner. It's because he assisted on the game-tying goal. The Leafs had the puck in the offensive zone. There's 24.2 seconds left on the clock. The puck is on Austin Matthews' stick. The $11.634 million man has the puck. One of the most lethal goal scorers in the entire NHL has the puck, the season, the game, on his stick. Everyone in that arena, there's no fans in this arena, the staff, the coaches, the players, everyone is expecting him to take the shot from the high circle. But what does he do? What does he do? He doesn't take that shot. He didn't score this goal. He passed it. He passed it over to Zach Hyman. Zach Hyman shoveled it in along the ice, and they tied the game 3-3. And then he scored the frickin' overtime winner to top it off. People in the analytics community want to claim that being clutch, there is no such thing at it because every second in the game matters, whether it be in the first period or the third period. Every second is equal, and that is just not true. I understand logically why that makes sense. A second in the first period is worth the same as a second in the third period, but that's not how I feel. And you have to combine the analytics with how people feel in order to properly paint the picture. And yes, I understand. If Matthews passes this puck over to Zach Hyman, and in an alternate universe, Zach Hyman doesn't score this goal, and the Leafs lose in regulation, and there isn't this amazing feel-good comeback story, Matthews would have been scrutinized heavily for not taking the shot because he's Austin friggin' Matthews. And no offense to Zach Hyman, but he's not Austin Matthews. Being clutch, being a star player, being the type of player that can lead your team to a Stanley Cup and to win a Stanley Cup requires you to be the kind of player to recognize when not to and when to take the shot. And passing this puck over to Zach Hyman even surprised the crap out of Zach Hyman, who scored the goal. My perception of Austin Matthews before this play was that he's a guy who makes $11.634 million. No matter how good he is, that is a lot of money. It kind of handcuffs your team. He only signed the 5-year deal, not the 8-year deal. There's always going to be that seed of doubt until he signs his next contract that he's going to leave the Leafs in favor of another team if they can't do the thing. He's this amazing talent. He knows how good he is. You know how good he is. I know how good he is. But the Maple Leafs have lost in the playoffs 3 years prior to this, back-to-back years against the Boston Bruins in heartbreaking Game 7s, and the year before in Game 6 to the Washington Capitals. The team hasn't had any success yet, and he's getting paid all of this money. I'm optimistic, but I haven't seen what I saw in this play prior to this moment. What this play says to me is that Austin Matthews doesn't think that his stardom is above the Toronto Maple Leafs. Because like I said, he could have passed it to Hyman and Hyman doesn't score that goal and he got scrutinized, but there's also another scenario where he holds onto the puck and scores the game tying goal and then scores the game winning goal in overtime. But that stardom doesn't go above the team because he did pass the puck and Zach Hyman did score. Passing the puck in this scenario and Zach Hyman scoring the goal, the way that makes me feel, I don't care how you feel, this is how I feel. It makes me feel like this is a guy who wants to win and doesn't care about the individual stardom. That he will do whatever is best for the team to win, and he scores the freaking overtime winner anyway. You know what this is? This can be summed up in one word, and it's a word that a lot of people like to throw around when you're talking about the Toronto Maple Leafs, of them not having it. You know what this is? This is leadership. And I understand how some people feel about Austin Matthews in regards to the misconduct that he was involved in last summer. And I'm going to try really hard with my wording here because I don't want to come across as insensitive at all. A captain of a team, especially a team like the Toronto Maple Leafs, is someone that leads the team on the ice, in the dressing room, and represents the organization as a whole off the ice. When the Leafs named a captain at the beginning of this past season, I really wanted it to be Austin Matthews, but when the misconduct came out, the news of that came out, I understand why they couldn't do it. It's a stupid mistake, and I think that he will admit that, and as long as he acknowledges it as a stupid mistake, I understand that you shouldn't have to tell someone not to do that, but at the same time, I don't want to blow it up to be something that it wasn't. But at the same time, I don't want to undermine it because I understand that everyone has experiences with certain things, and those people deserve empathy. You should try to feel empathy in that situation and understand why they feel that way because their feelings are valid. And I understand for some people, no amount of personal growth that Austin Matthews can go through would be enough for them to reconcile the situation. It's unfortunate what it is. I'm not saying that anyone who feels that way is wrong because, like I said, people who have those feelings for a reason, and you should be empathetic towards it. And I think as long as this doesn't happen again, or something similar to that incident doesn't happen again in regards to him, I think that it's very clear that Matthews is engaged in different social causes and he feels passionately about certain social causes and he is trying to make a positive impact in the community, that I think that it's okay to forgive him, but then I also understand why some people can't. But you also don't need a C on your jersey or that type of consideration from your peers or upper management to take the initiative to lead by example and do what's best by your teammates. And this is what this is. So the Leafs got one guy that you can rely upon in big money situations, and it's the best player on the team. That's a stepping stone in the right direction, but they're going to need more guys like him. We need someone to be this team's Gary Roberts in the early 2000s. But let me know what your thoughts and opinions are down in the comment section, and make sure to leave me a like on this video if you did like it. Subscribe for more because more is always on the way. And guys, remember, the Maple Leafs will win a Stanley Cup in the next 3 to 5 seasons, and it will be because of Austin Matthews.